is. Are you watching? Welcome back, treasure seekers! Who's ready to dig into another adventure here at Treasure VBS? If you're ready, say yay! Yay! All right, I am ready too. We are celebrating God's love for each of us. Yesterday, we learned that God knows you. You are treasured. That's right. But we are learning so much about God's love and how we are treasured. So let's stand up and sing about that right now with our theme song, Priceless Treasure.
Priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His, and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. Child of God, I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a child of God. I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. And I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a treasure. I am a treasure.
Woo! We are all treasures of God. We are priceless to God. What does that mean? If you're priceless to God, what does that mean? You're irreplaceable. That's right. There is no amount of money on this planet that God would take in place of you. You are that important to Him. So, we've been doing this week. We've been treasure seekers. We've met treasure seekers. Do you know treasure seekers usually follow maps? They look for maps. You see maps all over the room here. They look for maps. If you had a map, What would you want to try to find? What is something you would want to find? A treasure map that you would draw to find something? Graydon. Go ahead, say it. You don't know? The Holy Grail, that would be a good treasure to find. Hadley, what about you? You see maps back there, you're right, but what would you want to find at the end of your map where the X marks the spot? The treasure. What would the treasure be to you? Me? Oh, you just made my night. Hadley said I'm the treasure. Thank you, Hadley. That's so special. Y'all are treasure to me. Oh, Christopher said me? Oh, I'm sorry. Christopher said me. Thank you, Christopher. I am treasure. Thank you. God knows you. You are treasured. That's right. So we sometimes search for treasure and follow the map, but we can't find it. We get to the end and it's not there. Or maybe what happens is we forget what we were looking for, and we forget about even trying to find the quest. But you know what? God never forgets you, ever. God never forgets you. We have been apart and not meeting in this building for a long time. Like it was 2 years ago before we were in here doing VBS together. And do you know that God did not forget us? He will not forget us. Let's sing a song about that. Not forgotten. Come on, stand up and sing this one. Your name. God knows every one of your names. You know, I don't know your middle names. I might know some of your middle names, but I don't know your middle name. So my full name is Carla Jean Anderson. You didn't know that till I told you, but God knew that. What are your middle names? Shout out your middle names. Elizabeth, Thomas. What are some other middle names? Kay. Matthew. See, I wouldn't have known that, but you know who did know that? God knows. He knows your name. He never forgets you. So yesterday we talked about God sightings. When we come back at the end of the night, you're going to have a chance to decorate my totem here. But we're going to talk about God sightings for just a moment because remember I said if you look hard enough, you can find God anywhere. Well, I'm going to tell you some place that you may not realize that you'll see God. So how many of you like apples? How many of you like oranges? How many of you like tomatoes? I kind of figured I'd catch the adults and not the kids. But sometimes when you take a bite into a juicy apple or the best orange, you know that God made that. That is a God sighting. When you have the best apple that you've ever had, that is a God sighting. So it could also be, so Miss Carla loves chocolate. That is one of my favorites. And whenever I have a really good chocolate, hi girls, whenever I have a really good chocolate, it just makes me want to stop and go, yum. So what is something, I want you to talk with your crews, what is something that you really think is sweet? Something you like to eat that is sweet, all right? Talk with your crews for a minute or two. Those of you at home, talk together. Talk about something sweet you would really like to eat. I'm going to count from 10. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody shout out what you like to eat that's sweet. Lollipops, chocolate, sugar, what? Gummies? All of it. Pogo Pops. That's right. So, the reason you can stop and think about God as a God sighting when you eat something sweet, who gave you the ability to taste sweet? That's right. So when you're eating something and you take a bite of something and you're like, wow, this is really good, then you can think that about God as a God sighting. That is because that is yummy, right? So, God sightings later today. Your challenge is throughout the evening, be looking for people or things that make you think of God. Wherever you go, God is there. So you have to think about God everywhere you go. Look for him. And that leads us right into my favorite song. Yep, I heard somebody say it. Sing wherever I go. So wherever you go, be looking for God and singing everywhere. Let's go. Stand up and let's sing. Sing wherever I go. Sing nice and loud. I want to hear you.
Sing wherever I go. All my life, all I know, God's been good, good to my soul. Mountain high, valley low, I'm gonna sing wherever I go. All my life, all I know, God's been good, good to my soul. Mountain high, valley low, I'm gonna sing wherever I go. God is for me,
wherever I go. Where did Miss Carla go? I don't know. I'm somewhere here. We're going to sing wherever we go. We're going to sing about God's praises up high, down low. We're going to sing wherever we go. Now, yesterday you learned that God knows you. Oh, we forget? God knows you. That's right. Today we're going to learn about a new Bible point. So, sometimes there are really old places like this. You see our treasure here? And there's a treasure that's way down deep in these really old places. Yesterday we talked about the Dead Sea Scrolls and how great they were and how old they were. Today I want to tell you about something called a pearl. Does anybody know what a pearl is? What is a pearl, Ryan Thomas? It is a kind of jewel. I'm going to have two helpers stand here with me. It kind of looks like this. Oh, Christopher, say that nice and loud. They are found in clams or oil. Yes. And those are deep in the ocean. And it's an oyster or a clam, and they close down, and it's made inside their shell. And so people will go searching for that shell, and they aren't very pretty. The shells are kind of gray and spotted. But when they pry them open, they get their treasure, and that's the pearl. God knows that every one of us has treasure. We are a treasure. Something special. We all have something special deep inside of us. Some of us, we know about it. We may not know about it. But God knows about it. God knows you.
You are treasure.
That's right. So sometimes you might have a rock in your shoe. Tell me what that feels like if you have a rock in your shoe.
It hurts because it's just in there, and whenever you move, it moves around, and you step on it in your shoes. Whenever I do this, it just goes straight into my foot, and it hurts bad.
That's right.
I know because I have a gravel driveway.
Tell me what happens if you get, so Graydon, for those of you at home, says it hurts. So when you have a rock in your shoe, it hurts. Tell me about when you get a mosquito bite.
I have multiple. It's itchy.
It's itchy. Do you know that pearl is not very happy? It's the clam or the oyster. That pearl is itchy. But God made something really beautiful out of that. And if we watch for God in all of the beautiful instances, can you turn around so the people on the TV can see you? When if we watch for God in all of our instances where we get a mosquito bite or we get, come on, let's go down. When we get a mosquito bite or we get a bug bite or a rock in our shoe, then we end up with an owie. But if we stop and talk to God, God might teach us something about that owie. Maybe he's teaching us to wear shoes on a gravel driveway. Or maybe he's teaching us to have patience and to be smarter when we go outside. But though God takes all of those things, just like this clam, and he can make it into something we can learn about. But you know, the key to this is when we run into something with an itchy bug bite, or we run into a rock in our shoe, or we run into some other problem that is difficult, we have to talk to God. You have to talk to God about it. So you know what? When you talk to God, he hears you. So today, if I can get back to my page, I got way ahead. Sorry. Somehow my pages got all turned. All right, forget what I just said. We'll come back to that later. Dr. Diggingstone is somewhere around here. I'm not sure where she is. Do we know where Dr. Diggingstone is? Has anybody seen Dr. Diggingstone today? Well, good evening, Dr. Diggingstone. What you got there?
Sorry I was so rude yesterday. I was just surprised. I didn't think that, people would know about this specific treasure hunting spot, so.
Well, Dr. Diggingstone, that's perfectly fine. We are not here looking for treasure. We're here because we are the treasure.
Okay.
It's okay that you were rude. We forgive you.
Thanks.
So what is it that you're doing there?
Oh, still treasure hunting, with my very special justice stick and Martian hat.
Okay, so how does it work? Tell us how it works.
So, I just have to flip a couple switches. And then it will lead me to the treasure.
Okay, so show us. That's exciting. Show us. How does it work?
This thing
I'll help
never
you.
stays on. Just gotta give it a couple pats. It's okay. There we go. And this thing. Sorry about that.
That's
This thing
okay.
sometimes picks up the wrong frequencies because I'm wearing two hats.
Okay. So it's not working. Maybe you ought to give it a try again.
Do you have a pot of gold under your shoes? Some leprechauns do that.
Do I have gold under my shoes? Y'all see any gold out there?
No, but your shoes are glittery. Your shoes are glittery, that's why.
Oh, you think that might be it? Okay. Well, maybe it's attracted to my glittery shoes.
Yeah, it's probably a misfire. It's okay. I'll just look at it.
Why don't you try again?
I got it. Right behind you. Ah! Ah! Okay, it's not working.
Yeah. So it's very attracted to my shoe, but I know why that is.
I got it. It's
I-
okay.
do you know why it's attracted to me?
No, I got it. It's cool. Just, maybe go down here and see if the treasure works. Oh crap. It's got you.
Oh, Dr. Diggingstone, it's going to all the
Oh
kids.
my gosh. I can't. No.
Okay, this doesn't make sense. That's my foot.
Okay.
This doesn't make sense.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Diggingstone, I don't think you're going to find any gold around here.
I got it. Oh my gosh.
But she's looking for gold.
I guess this thing's just not working today. It's on a bad day.
But Dr. Diggingstone, I can tell you why it's not working the way you think it's not working.
But all it's finding is you guys.
That's right. Did you hear her? She said all it's finding is us. Why is it only finding us?
Because we're the treasure.
Oh, say that louder.
We're the treasure.
One more time. Dr. Diggingstone, we're the treasure. You're the treasure. You are priceless to God.
I'm priceless?
Yes, you are priceless. God thinks you are his treasure. He knows you.
So there's no gold around here.
I'm sorry, Dr. Diggingstone. Kids, is there any gold around here? No, we don't think so. We're sorry, Dr. Diggingstone. There is no gold.
Well, I guess I'll just. Maybe I'll just go back to the tent to charge it. It's probably on low battery.
Don't forget, Dr. Diggingstone, you are priceless to God, and you are God's treasure.
Well, I'll find that treasure one of these days.
Boys and girls, how are we going to convince Dr. Diggingstone that she is treasure? I don't know about that. I don't know how. We're going to have to just keep reminding her, right? All right, so I think we're going to end our opening ceremony, our opening songs, and we are going to go ahead and move on to our time for Imagination Station. So, but before we do that, let's stand up and sing. and girls? So, I need everyone to sit down on your blanket. I need you to turn your focus up here so that we can continue on with our evening. So before I give it to Miss Christina for our imagination station, I am going to tell you what today's Bible point is. That's what we were supposed to be doing, and we got all confused. So, yesterday was God knows you. Today is God hears you. God hears you. God hears you. You are treasured. So it does not matter. It does not matter how loud the environment is. It doesn't matter how crazy life is going on. You know, things were kind of chaotic right there. My book got flipped to day 4, and I was reading day 4 instead of day 2, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And y'all were singing a song, and it was loud, and I was like, okay, God, help me figure out what I'm supposed to be doing. And you know what? He did. It was loud out here. If I had said that, you wouldn't have heard me, but God heard me. So whenever you need to ask God for help, you just stop and say, God, hey, it's me. He knows your name. You don't have to say his name because you're not forgotten. So yesterday was God knows you. Today is God hears you. You are treasured. All right. Let's invite Miss Christina up here for another day. She's actually going to introduce you to our buddy for a moment. We will watch that at the closing. This is a macaw, and she's going to tell you a little bit about him.
Can you hear me now? Okay. All right. So some of us forgot our imagination. That is so sad. But you know what? I'm prepared for that, as a matter of fact. Before coming in, I asked my friend Ruby. Ruby is a macaw. And she had some great ideas because the macaws are very smart and they have great imaginations too. Do you know that she told me that God is so amazing that he gave macaws like Ruby a special call that they could use to celebrate each day when the sun rises and again when it sets. Isn't that amazing? I wonder what it would be like if we could celebrate every time the sun rose and every time the sun set. So we're going to practice with our imagination, see if we can get its juices flowing. All right, so everyone close your eyes and imagine. Imagine you're a macaw like Ruby out in the huge rainforest, sitting high up in the tree, waiting for sunrise. Close your eyes and imagine you hear the macaw's call. We're imagining that we're hearing the
Glad you
macaw's
flew back
call.
to.
Okay. You got to imagine even harder then. Imagine even harder. Close your eyes. That's some great imagining. All right, let's close our eyes again, and I want you to mimic the sounds you hear. imaginations are on call. Let's get moving. I have a starter question for you. All right. Thank you, McCalls. That's really good, but now it's time to listen, okay? All right. Our starter question for the day. And remember, you're going to tell, just like yesterday, you're going to tell your crew leader what you think the answer to the question is. And they're going to give you a red gem today when you cast your vote. You're going to put your red gem in your little treasure vial that you got yesterday and put the cap back on and be careful with it. All right, so our thinking caps are on, our imagination is flowing. Here is our starter question. How long do you think macaws can live? Do you think macaws like Ruby can live up to 8 years or 80 years? Think about it and go cast your vote with your crew leader and get your red jewel. When you have cast your vote, give me a thumbs up so that I know you're ready. Go tell your crew leader. All right, has everyone cast their votes? Can I see thumbs up for everyone that's cast their vote and got their jewel? All right, have a seat because I need you to give me a drum roll, please. Have a seat and pat your hands and your feet on the ground to give me a drum roll, and we'll get the answer. Ready? Drum roll, please. And the answer is macaws can live up to 80 years. In fact, they can outlive their human owners when they live in captivity. 80 years, their lifespan is that of a human, if not more. Maybe they weren't well taken care of. I don't know. All right. With all of that macaw calling, I can tell your ears are tuned up and ready to listen. So let's try something that will make us think about sound. All right. Are our crews ready to listen? All right. This is called a spoon gong. It's simple to make at home. You just tie a string, mine's about 3 feet long, to a spoon and you dangle it. And now listen. I need you to listen. See if you can hear it. Can you hear it? The sound that you hear is actually a vibration that passes through an object and into our ears. Our ears pick up that vibration and our brains translate it into sound. And just like we hear the sounds of different things in the world around us, God hears you. And you are treasured. Let's say that together. God hears you. All right, how would you describe the sound that you just heard? I think it kind of sounds clangy. Does it sound clangy to you? All right, well, now I need a volunteer because we're going to change that sound a bit. I don't like picking volunteers because I always feel like someone's being left out. So, is that Adeline back there? No, that's Brooklyn. Adeline's, oh my goodness, y'all have grown up. Okay, can I borrow Brooklyn then? Brooklyn, can you come be my helper? All right. Everyone's going to get to do this in a minute. It's okay. All right, so Do you see how it's wrapped around my fingers? I've got the string wrapped real tight around my fingers. It's not tied on, it's just wrapped, okay? I need you to do that with your fingers, on your index finger. And I'll hold one end while you hold the other, okay? Just wrap it around real tight so it stays but doesn't hurt your finger. Okay? And now wrap it around this one too. Here, you just hold your finger still and I'll do some wrapping, okay? All right. Is it on there pretty good? All right. That one's not. Let's wrap it again then. All right. We can wrap it a few times. Okay. Now we're going to spread it apart because we want our string to not touch. All right. Now, this time, I need you to put your index fingers in your ears so that the string touches your ear. Does that make sense? Okay. Hang over real far because, and now, everyone quiet because she's got to listen. Did that sound different in your ear than it sounded when you were sitting out there? How would you describe that sound? Was it louder? Did it sound clingy, or could you hear the vibrations of it? She says she could hear the vibrations of it. All right, so I want everyone in your crew to practice that, and I can take a few kids up here, and Brooklyn and I can help them, all right? So the trick is you have to wrap the string around your index finger until it stays without being tied. And you do that both times, to both, like that. And then you have to, it's got to dangle, okay? And then someone needs to tap it for you and let everyone hear the difference. Will you help me help other people? Okay. Can I have a volunteer up here? All right, come on. And Brooklyn's going to help us. Come on up. All right. Brooklyn, you're going to do the tapping, okay? All right, give me your index finger. All right, and everyone do this in your crews. Okay, you don't have to pinch it. It's okay. All right, and we're going to do this one too. Just on the index finger, on the very tip. Straighten your finger out. All right. Lean over. Oh, you're going to have to take off your mask. Is that okay? Because you got to put it in your ear. There you go. Put it in your ear. Make sure the string touches your ear. Make sure it's on the very end of your finger because the string's got to touch your ear. If the string doesn't touch your ear, it doesn't work. Okay. Put it in so that the string touches your ear. Okay, lean over. Lean over real good. All right, tap that. It sounded different? Did you hear the vibrations? All right. How are we, crews? Does anyone else need to come up here, or has everyone had a chance? We may be done. Does anyone want to come up here and try this one? All right, Brooklyn, we're back on again. Okay, stand right here. It helps. Well, just face me a little bit. It helps when everyone else can see what we're doing, okay? All right, so just on the very tips of your finger, we're going to wrap this around. Okay, same on this one. Okay, now put your fingers, oops, that one undone. Okay. Put your fingers in your ears so but the string's got to touch your ear. Is the string touching your ear? Roll it down so the string touches your ear. There we go. All right, Brooklyn, give him a tap. Do you hear the vibrations? All right. All right. Do we have anyone else? Anyone else in this group not have a chance? All right. right. Has every crew had a chance? Give me a thumbs up if everyone's had a chance. All right, we can move on. So we learned that sound is actually vibration energy. When something makes a sound, it gives off a vibration energy that travels through the air or even through a substance. For instance, when you're underwater, sound vibration travels through the water to reach your ears. If you're outside, sound vibration travels through the air to reach your ears. And in our experiment with the spoons, the sound vibration traveled through the air the first time. And it sounded good, a little clangy, but the second time, it traveled through the string and straight to your ears. That's why it sounded different. Your ears absorbed that vibration, and your brain translates it into sound. All right. Well, today's Science-y Fun Gizmo also deals with sound vibrations. Are you ready to see? Cruz, are you ready to hear about today's Science-y Gizmo? Are you ready? All right. So today we're discovering that God hears you. Let's try that again. We're discovering that God hears you. So, if you're like me, you know how it feels when it seems like no one is listening to you. Or maybe it feels like what you say doesn't really matter. Or maybe others don't notice. But God always hears when we're happy, or when we're sad, or when we need help or advice. God is always listening. We can pray to Him anytime. And just like our friend Ruby, we can call out our praise to Him when we celebrate His awesomeness. Today's Science-y Fun Gizmo is also kind of awesome. And it's a great reminder that God hears us. It's called a singamabob. Okay? All right, so this is my singamabob. In just a minute, each one of you will get one, and you'll have some time to experiment and play with it. So, let me undo mine. What you will do, hold it loosely between your fingers, like wrap your index finger in it, and spin it around and around and around. Remember, sounds are vibration energy. The holes in this plastic piece will create vibration when we twirl it through the air. Now, if I pull it and pull it again, it will catch up speed and it will make a noise. Now it's your turn. You can experiment with your singamabob and reminded that God hears you, are treasured. No matter what sounds we make, loud, quiet, happy, or sad, we can always trust that God hears us. God loves us so much, and He loves it when we talk to Him. We can talk to God about anything, anytime. God hears you. You are treasured. Remember that and have some fun with your singamabob.
All right, boys and girls, what fun we had in Imagination Station and our singamabobs. The good thing about that is you get to put them in your baggie and take them home so that you can practice that at home. It's a little tricky, but don't give up. Don't give up on that because you will make a noise with it and you'll remember that God hears you. You are treasured. All right, so I need everyone to take your singamabobs, put them in your baggie, then put that in your backpack, and let's get ready to sing between our next transition for Take My Life.
Take my life and let it be consecrated, Lord, to thee. Take my hands and let them move at the impulse of thy love, at the impulse of thy love. Oh, 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 oh. Take my lips and let them be filled with messages from thee. Take my silver and my gold, not a mite would I withhold, not a mite would I withhold. Oh, oh, oh. You are my treasure. You are my silver and gold. You are my treasure. All the joy my heart can hold. All the joy my heart can hold. Take my love, my God, I pour at thy feet its treasure store. Take myself and I will be ever only all for thee, ever only all for thee. You are my treasure. You are my silver and gold. You are my treasure. All the joy my heart can hold. All the joy my heart can hold. All the joy my heart can
You are my treasure. You are my silver and gold. You are my treasure, all the joy my heart can hold. Not only are we God's treasure, but He is our treasure too. So when we spend time talking to God, He hears us. That's right. So it's time now for our wonderful Bible adventure time and some more learning about who did we learn about yesterday? David. Let's see what's going to happen next.
It is time for another totally true adventure from the Bible. And this one might get a little dangerous, okay? So we got to be prepared, okay? King Saul knows about David being chosen to be the new king, and you know what? King Saul is angry about it. He's trying to find David to kill him, and if Saul thinks we're with David, he's going to try and kill us too. What? David and about 600 of his men are hiding out here in the wilderness. I found this cave where we can hide too. Do you see the cave? Okay. It is right here, right in front of me. So you can see me. So we're gonna come inside the cave so that we can all be safe. So move yourself around, get yourself inside the cave. Make sure you feel all good and protected, okay? So imagine, crew leaders, that you are holding up a little candle so that we can all see. Can you see? Okay. Okay, good. Whew. So now we're going to check out what happens in our Bible adventure. So yesterday, you discovered that God picked David to be Israel's next king. David hasn't taken over quite yet. Saul is still the king. He's still on the throne. But because David is way more popular than Saul, King Saul is very jealous. In fact, he is so jealous that he's trying to kill David. He keeps trying, even though David hasn't done anything wrong. So, can you get into a circle with your crew on your blankets? Circle up. Okay. So, in just a minute, we're going to have some circle time and we're going to talk about, have you ever had a time when maybe you've gotten in trouble but you didn't actually do anything wrong? Maybe somebody blamed you for something that you didn't do. So a long time ago, when I was a little kid, littler than a lot of you, I went to a lady's house. Her name is Mema. She was my babysitter. She was the best person in the whole wide world. And I stayed there with another girl named Erin. And Mema was making cookies. And Erin got a little too excited about the cookie, and she took one. And Mema was like, "Girls, did somebody take a cookie?" And Erin said, "It was Amanda." And I got in trouble for it. But I didn't take the cookie. Erin ate the cookie. It was unfair, and I got in a lot of trouble for it, even though it wasn't my fault. So has something like that ever happened to you? So talk about it with your crews. Well, that's good. I'm glad. Yeah. Bless you. I know. Just one cookie. No.
Okay, then why do you say she's the best person in the world if she didn't even think she didn't even care to hear both sides of the story. You just listen to the one girl who says it was her. Here's what you do. You go if you have one. Go grab a magnifying glass and then you say I got proof. And you find the thumbs on her face.
Has everybody had time to share? Everybody good? All right. Can I have your eyeballs, please? Thank you. So, thank you all for sharing your stories. I love to find out more about my friends, and I'm sure all your friends like to learn more about you. It helps us all to better understand what a treasure you are and why you're priceless to God. Plus, there's there there's don't worry everybody. It's King David, or it's David. It's not King Saul or his soldiers. David, what are you doing here?
One of my men said people were hiding here. I came to see who you are.
We're your friends. How are you?
If we're friends, then I can tell you that I'm feeling a lot of pressure and fear. To kids, press wait. Press your hands together as hard as you can. Hands together as hard as you can. That's how life feels right now. Things are hard.
Wow. What happened?
Not long ago, my men and I came across this little town. We discovered the Philistines. They're a big, powerful army. We're stealing from the people there. I asked God if I should help the people in the village. God listened, then told me to fight the Philistines.
I've heard of the Philistines. You do not want to fight their army.
I know, right? My men were afraid, but God gave us victory. It felt so good to help.
Then why are you worried?
Well, first, the world's biggest bully hunting for me, and he has a whole army. Scoot a little closer to see how it feels to be pressed in fear and worry. I thought I thought we'd helped the people in the village, but then I asked God if we were safe there. God heard me and then said, "Nope. The village leaders are going to turn you in." Now I'm even being pressured by people I've helped. Squeeze a little squeeze a little closer to feel what that to see what that's like. Squeeze in a little closer. Scoot a little closer, guys.
This is pretty uncomfortable, David.
You have no idea. And it gets worse. I asked God if Saul would attack, and God said yes. I'm feeling the pressure again. Now we're hiding in these now we're hiding in wait. Now we're hiding in these caves until the danger passes, whenever that might be.
Friends, how are you feeling? Tight? Yeah? How are you feeling? Super tight. David, how do you handle the pressure when you feel so tight?
What? Shh. Well, I can always talk to God. He hears every word I say, and because he loves me, I know he cares about me. What and what I t- about he cares about what I tell him. I've been writing a prayer. I Can I read part of it to you? As I read it, I'll pause. When I do, scoot a few inches away from everyone. Bend down, O Lord, and hear my prayer. Answer me, for I need your help. Protect me, for I am devoted to you. Save me, for I serve you and trust you. You are my God.
Scoot apart. There you go.
Listen closely to my prayer, O Lord. Hear my urgent cry. I will call to you whenever I'm in trouble, and you will answer me.
It feels good to talk to God. Can we take some deep breaths since we're scooted apart from our friends? And every time you do, God hears you. Let's try that one more time. God hears you. You are treasured.
Yep, when you're sad or when you're happy, when you're in trouble or when you're on top of the world, God hears you. Thanks. But remember to keep it down.
Oops. Sorry. We got a little loud, didn't we?
I have to go, but I'm glad I have friends like you on my side. When you head out, keep an eye out for King Saul's soldiers. They're everywhere.
Thanks, David. Can we give David a round of applause? Thanks, David. Guys, we just got to meet a king. How cool is that? Those words David read are in the Bible. They're part of Psalm 86. Have you ever heard the book of Psalms? Have you ever heard of that? That's a prayer that David wrote during this time, thanking God for always listening to him and taking good care of him. David knew that whether you say a prayer, sing a prayer, or write a prayer, God hears you. Good job. David knew that God hears even our silent prayers, the ones we don't speak out loud or that we can't put into words. So let's try that. We'll offer God something I know he's eager to receive, the gift of our friendship. We're coming to him knowing that God is listening because that's what friends do. So I'd like for you to sit with your legs crossed, please. Can we sit with our legs crossed? Crisscross applesauce. Thank you. You're going to start by putting your hands in front of you with your palms up, with your wrists resting on your knees. Perfect. Perfect. Hip. All right, now I need you to close your eyes. Not because it's a rule when you pray, but because it keeps you from looking around at others. This prayer is between you and God. So I want you to think of it as a silent psalm. Okay? So let's pray. God, thanks for listening. Thanks for hearing our words and for hearing our hearts. In our hands, we're each holding something hurtful, a weight on our hearts. Maybe it's a word someone said or something a family member did. As we hold this before you, hear our hurting hearts. God, thanks for the good things you give us. Friends, move your lips silently, telling God something you're thankful for. Nobody's going to hear this except for God. God, thank you for hearing our questions when we need your help. Friends, can you shrug your shoulders up to your ears? Silently ask God a question, then slowly release your shoulders. Thank you, God, for lifting our burdens. Thank you for hearing us and treasuring us. Amen. Thank you for visiting me today, friends. Remember what David said. Watch out for King Saul and his soldiers as you leave the cave. See you tomorrow.
Oh, watch out for King Saul and his soldiers. I wonder if when we go out for our games, if we sing wherever we go, if they'll hide from us. You want to try that? So let's all stand up. Miss Emily is going to start a line for us, and we're going to sing wherever we go to try to keep Saul and his soldiers away. Are you ready? And all of our volunteers will need help getting our little peoples across the street, please. Sing wherever I go. Let me hear you. Scare off Saul.
See wherever I go. All my life, all I know, God's been good, good to my soul. Mountain high, valley low, I'm gonna sing wherever I go. All my life, all I know, God's been good, good to my soul. Mountain high, valley low, I'm gonna sing wherever I go. God
gonna sing wherever I go. That is definitely my favorite song this year because everywhere we go, we can sing. So now it's game time for those of you at home. So I've got a few things that you could do. So, first of all, we're going to talk about our missions again. Remember, our mission is we're collecting books so they can be new books. But we're going to also talk about the used books. So, you can bring a used book, but we don't want the book to be torn. We don't want it to have marking in it. And, if someone gave you a book that has your name in it and it says happy birthday, you might not want to give that one either because it's probably pretty important. Or if it's your most favorite book ever and you know that you're going to miss reading it, you probably don't want to give that one either. But maybe you have some books on your bookshelf that you've read a few times and they're still in good shape, and maybe someone else could get some really good reading. That would be a good one to bring in, or one from the store. Because remember, there are children all over Arkansas who don't have books like you do, and like we do, they're not as lucky. So we are collecting books for them. So whenever you have an opportunity to send a book to the church, we will have a bin out front so that you can drop them in, and we are going to collect as many as we can. Maybe we'll set a goal tonight on how many books we could collect as a group and as our church. So, nice, used books, don't have your name in it, don't have torn pages, or something new. Anything will help, and anything will be greatly appreciated by those who get them. So, here's some games. Now, you may have a balloon. If you do, you can blow it up, or it could be a ball. But we said that God hears us. You are treasured. So you're going to take and you're going to whisper your prayer into your balloon, and then or ball or pillow or whatever you have, stuffed animal, and you're going to send it up to God. And when it comes back down, listen and see if God has something for you or if He calms you down for what you've prayed for. So you whisper your prayer, you throw it up to God, and when it comes back down, see if God has calmed you down or made you feel better about what you prayed for. So that's your first game. Your second game. This is a fun one. You're going to have to get everybody in your family to play this one. It's called telephone. So one person has to figure out something they want to say, and they whisper it into the ear of the next person. And then that person whispers it to the ear of the next one. And the final person has to try to say what they thought they heard. It will be even better if you do it through your hands like this. If you cup your hands together like this so they can barely hear you. It would be even better that way. So play telephone and see how silly you can get and see how wrong the answer is on the other end. But remember, it doesn't matter. God hears us all the time. We can say gibberish and God will know what we're saying. And the last one, we're going to be on the hunt for treasure. So find something small and take turns hiding it. And then let the rest of your family go find it. When they're close, you say hot. When they're not close, you say cold. And see how quickly they can find the treasure that you hide. Have fun, and we'll be back soon.
Today, we're heading to the island of Bohol in the Philippines. In the Philippines, not all kids get to go to school and learn, especially if they have a disability. And a disability that a lot of kids have in the Philippines is deafness. Being deaf means you aren't able to hear. So when you hear cars honking their horns, or your teachers talking in school, kids who are deaf can't hear that. Deaf kids may not be able to hear with their ears, but they can talk and listen with their hands. Deaf people can use something called sign language. Sign language turns special hand motions into different words. How cool is that? Thankfully, in the Philippines, a group of people started a school just to help deaf kids get an education. They teach classes in sign language so everyone can learn and communicate. The school director found out that a little boy named John wanted to join their school, so he went out looking for him.
So he went looking for John and his father. We went over to a little bakery by the highway, and we told them we're looking for the father of the little deaf boy. That's all we knew. And a guy named Jojo showed up. And a young man was very open and very interested in us trying to help his son John into school. And so we asked if we could meet John. So he took us around the back of the bakery. Jojo has 3 little girls and John, the little boy. And they all sleep inside this garbage pile. My heart went out to these little kids.
Finally, he found John.
There he is. Hi.
Even though he couldn't hear, John was very happy to see them. The school even donated new clothes for John to wear. I think he likes them. Even though John had never used sign language before, he learned it very quickly.
John is now in school, in art school in Bohol.
We just found him last Saturday, and it's really very fast. This morning, when he just arrived in the office, we show him the dorm where he will stay. We introduce him to his new teachers, and the teachers were also very helpful, and introduce him to his classmates.
Then his classmates teach him some sign language. We made a sign name for him. He is very happy now that he is going to school.
He seemed like he showed willingness and interest in his study.
Isn't it amazing to see how John communicates with his teachers and how they hear him through his hands? In the Bible, the book of Psalms tell us, "I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my prayer for mercy."
Johnny's only been in school for a couple months, and he already knows a lot of sign language, communicates really well. What is this thing right here? What's this? A tree, right. And then that's what's one of these. Tree, leaf. Leaf, yeah. Or you see, you see a boat out there, right. Right. So he's learning all the words very fast, 2 months. There's no crab there. Out there, little. There. Yeah, there's the crab there. See him?
John doesn't say words like we do, but God hears everything he says. God is listening to you too, whether you speak out loud or whisper a prayer in your heart. God hears you. You are treasured. Today,
Glad you flew back to see us at Treasured VBS. Wow, the first day was definitely something to squawk about. Meet Ruby, a flashy, splashy macaw. You can find her and her fine feathered flock from the southern part of North America all the way down into South America. In the rainforest, their bright, beautiful feathers blend right in with the flowers and fruit way up in the trees. At a glance, you might just see flashes of blue, red, or yellow. But God made each macaw a little different. If you look closely, you'll see that each macaw's facial feathers are unique, a little like your fingerprints. Of course, Ruby and her fine feathered friends don't need fingers. They have these talented toes. Their fabulous feet grab hold of fruit, nuts, and seeds they love to snack on. And of course, she's bananas about her beak. God made macaw beaks so strong that they can crack coconuts. Just try that with your hands. Plus, Ruby's beak can even act like another foot, helping her climb. Now, if you thought that was amazing, her squawk will really give you something to talk about. Ruby's buddies love to gab way up in the trees. In fact, if you walk through the rainforest in the morning, you'd hear some of her noisiest neighbors. Aren't they wonderful? Macaws can't actually speak words like you do, but they can imitate human speech. Maybe they just wonder why you're so quiet. Open up your beak and speak. Maybe you feel like you're talking, and no one's listening. Or you need a friend who will listen. Maybe you're not sure what to say sometimes when life seems hard. When you open up your beak and speak, God is always listening. God's ears are always open. He hears you if you're loud and excited, or if you feel like being quiet. The Bible is full of riches that tell us that God is listening. Check this out. I love the Lord because He hears my voice and my prayer for mercy. God hears you. You are treasured.
He knows you, He knows you, He loves you, He loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. He knows you, He knows you, He loves you, He loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. God knows every word before you even say it. He hears every prayer before you even pray. So let Him hear you now. Let Him hear you shout. He knows you, He knows you, He loves you, He loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. He knows you, He knows you, He loves you, He loves you. God is listening, listening, listening. God knows every word before you even say it. He hears every prayer before you even pray. So let Him hear am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a child of God. I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a child of God. I know that I am loved. He hears me when I pray. He always makes a way. I am His and He is mine. And I am the prize He came to find. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a priceless treasure. God knows me, God hears me, God is my comfort. I am His and there's nothing better. Forgiven and chosen forever. I am a treasure. I am a treasure. I am a treasure.
Today, we're heading to the island of Bohol in the Philippines. Okay, in the Philippines, not all